was doing nothing but telling the truth. I heard her say it, and I repeated it. I'm grown, and I do what I want. You know who I am. I'm Jackie Christie. That ain't gonna change.
When it seemed like things, it looked like the storm had finally passed. For months, people had been watching the complicated relationship between Jackie Christie and Doug Christie slowly unravel. Their separation had already shocked fans, who once believed their marriage was one of the strongest in the public eye. But as time went on, the tension seemed to fade from the headlines. The drama appeared to quiet down. Many assumed the two were simply moving on with their lives. Then everything changed almost overnight. Instead of quietly finalizing their separation,
one of these lunatic, jughead, simple had the audacity to say what?
That you were caught shooting some back in 1987 or something back in the day.
Ask me, and I'll tell you no. I done a lot, okay? But prostitution ain't one.
Jackie made a move that no one saw coming. She didn't just file for divorce, she filed a staggering $300 million lawsuit against Doug, demanding massive spousal support and claiming she deserved compensation for the years she had dedicated to supporting his career. The number alone stunned people. $300 million isn't just a typical divorce request. It's the kind of figure that instantly raises eyebrows and starts conversations everywhere. Fans, critics, and media outlets immediately began asking the same question. What could possibly justify a demand that large? And perhaps even more surprising was what happened next.
$20 whole, and you better take this mother money. Anybody got a molly up in here? Anybody got a molly for this? Let me find my $20. Hold on, unwrinkle that for me, will you, OG? Let me put my lipstick back in my purse, because this hoe needs some money with my old ass and my big ears. Get that bitch that $20.
The case didn't drag on for months. It didn't become a long courtroom battle filled with endless arguments. Instead, Doug managed to get the entire case dismissed with shocking speed. So how did a lawsuit worth hundreds of millions collapse so quickly? To understand that, you have to rewind the story and look at how Jackie and Doug went from being admired as a loyal couple to becoming opponents in one of the most talked about legal disputes in recent celebrity relationships. For years, Jackie and Doug represented something rare in the world of sports and reality television. Their marriage seemed solid.
I don't want to keep doing this. I think it's beneath me. The truth was put out there. You hear my side and that person's side. And here we are having to address it yet again. Despite all the accusations, I still hold out hope that we can move on like grown women.
While many high-profile relationships in professional sports ended in messy breakups or public scandals, the Christies built a reputation for being different. They were often described as deeply committed to one another, almost inseparable. Jackie was constantly present during Doug's career, attending games, appearing at public events, and supporting him through every stage of his journey in the NBA.
Hey, but you better keep your ass in that seat, tramp. That's what you better do. You right, Dumbo ears. Yeah, I got a lot of husbands about these ears. Get a husband. That 48-year-old been working. You right.
Doug, in return, built a reputation for showing extreme loyalty toward his wife. Stories about his devotion became part of their public image. Some even joked that Doug was one of the most disciplined husbands in sports because he avoided situations that could even appear disrespectful to his marriage. Fans saw them as an example of partnership. They appeared to move as a team in everything they did. But as often happens with relationships that exist under constant public attention, the truth behind the scenes was far more complicated. Over time, rumors started circulating that the dynamic between Jackie and Doug might not be as balanced as it seemed. Some insiders claimed that Jackie played a very controlling role in their relationship. According to these whispers, she was deeply involved in managing many aspects of Doug's life, from personal decisions to business opportunities. At first, those rumors didn't carry much weight. Plenty of couples work closely together, especially when one partner has a high-profile career. But as years passed, the stories kept resurfacing. And then something happened that shook the foundation of their carefully built image. Jackie publicly accused Doug of cheating. The allegation immediately grabbed attention because it directly contradicted the narrative fans had believed for so long. Doug had always been viewed as fiercely loyal, someone who went out of his way to respect his marriage. Suddenly, that image was under attack. People began wondering whether the relationship they admired had actually been hiding deep problems for years. Was Doug really unfaithful, or was the accusation part of a much larger conflict that had been building privately? The truth was difficult to determine, but the tension between them was clearly growing. Eventually, their relationship reached a breaking point. The separation became official, and for a brief moment, it seemed like both sides might handle the split quietly. Many expected the process to follow the typical path of a high-profile divorce, lawyers negotiating behind closed doors, assets being divided, and both parties eventually moving on. But Jackie had other plans. Instead of a standard divorce filing, she launched a legal move that immediately turned the situation into a major public story: the $300 million lawsuit. In her claim, Jackie argued that she had sacrificed enormous personal opportunities throughout her marriage in order to support Doug's success. According to her argument, her involvement went far beyond the typical role of a spouse. She said she helped shape Doug's career. She claimed she contributed to managing parts of his professional life, assisted with business decisions, and played a major role in building their brand as a couple. From her perspective, those contributions deserved financial recognition. To Jackie, the lawsuit wasn't just about money. It was about acknowledgement for the work she believed helped create Doug's success and the lifestyle they shared. But the legal system doesn't operate on personal narratives alone. Courts rely on documentation, financial records, and evidence that supports claims. And this is where the story took another dramatic turn. Doug's legal team reportedly came into court fully prepared. Instead of reacting defensively, they presented extensive documentation that challenged Jackie's argument. Financial statements, legal records, and other materials were introduced to show a different picture of the couple's financial reality. According to reports from those familiar with the case, the evidence directly contradicted several key points in Jackie's claim. One of the biggest issues involved financial dependency. For a court to grant large spousal support, there usually needs to be clear proof that one spouse relied heavily on the other financially and would struggle to maintain their lifestyle after the separation. Doug's lawyers argued that this simply wasn't the case. They presented documents suggesting that Jackie had her own income streams, business ventures, and financial assets. Instead of being someone left without resources, the records suggested she was financially stable on her own. That revelation dramatically weakened the foundation of the lawsuit. If Jackie was already financially secure, the justification for such an enormous support request became much harder to defend. And that's exactly what the judge focused on. After reviewing the documentation and legal arguments, the court reached a decision that surprised many people watching the situation unfold. The case was dismissed. Just like that, the $300 million lawsuit that had generated so much attention collapsed. For Jackie, the ruling created a difficult moment. Not only had her legal argument failed, but the information revealed in court also shifted public perception. Instead of seeing her as someone fighting for financial fairness after years of sacrifice, many observers began questioning whether the lawsuit had been excessive from the start. Critics argued that the demand looked more like an attempt to secure an enormous payout rather than a necessary financial request. Supporters, however, saw the situation differently. Some believed Jackie was simply trying to ensure that her contributions during the marriage were recognized. They argued that behind many successful careers are partners who invest time, effort, and emotional support that rarely receives formal credit. From that perspective, Jackie's lawsuit represented a demand for acknowledgement rather than just money. But the legal outcome remained unchanged. The judge concluded that the financial evidence didn't support the scale of the claim being made. As the news spread across social media and entertainment blogs, the reaction was immediate. Debates erupted online. Some people sided with Doug, praising his legal team for presenting strong documentation and shutting down what they saw as an unreasonable demand. Others defended Jackie, arguing that public records might not fully capture the personal sacrifices she made during the marriage. In the middle of the debate, Jackie herself added another layer to the story. Not long after the dismissal, she posted a short message on social media that instantly caught attention. "The truth will come out. Just wait." The post was brief, but it fueled speculation everywhere. Was Jackie hinting at new evidence? Was she planning to challenge the court's decision? Or was the message simply a way of signaling that she wasn't ready to stay silent about how things ended? The post was later deleted, but by then, the damage, or perhaps the intrigue, had already been done. Fans began wondering whether another chapter of the legal battle could be on the horizon. Legal experts, however, were quick to weigh in on the situation. Many explained that overturning a dismissal like this would require significant new evidence. Appeals are possible, but they generally depend on proving that something important was overlooked or misinterpreted during the original case. Without that kind of evidence, the chances of reversing the ruling remain slim. Still, there could be another path forward. Instead of continuing the fight in court, Jackie could potentially seek a private settlement. In some high-profile separations, couples reach agreements outside the courtroom to avoid prolonged public conflict. Those negotiations can sometimes lead to financial arrangements that both sides accept without further legal battles. But whether Doug would consider that option is unclear. Throughout the entire situation, he has remained almost completely silent. No interviews, no lengthy social media posts, no public attempts to explain his side of the story. That silence has led to different interpretations. Some believe Doug simply wants to move on now that the lawsuit has been dismissed. Others think he may be deliberately avoiding public commentary so the situation doesn't escalate again. If he believes the legal ruling already settled the matter, he may see little reason to reopen negotiations. At the same time, some observers believe a private agreement could help both sides close this chapter quietly. Right now, no one knows what the next move will be. What is clear, however, is that the relationship once admired by fans has now transformed into one of the most talked about celebrity legal disputes. The story has raised difficult questions about marriage, partnership, and financial recognition. How much value should be placed on the behind-the-scenes support a spouse provides during a successful career? Where should the line be drawn between emotional contribution and financial entitlement? Those questions continue to divide opinions. For now, Jackie remains outspoken while Doug remains silent. And as long as both sides stay in the spotlight, people will keep watching closely for the next development. Because if there's one thing everyone has learned from this situation, it's that the story of Jackie and Doug Christie rarely unfolds the way anyone expects. So, what do you think about this dramatic legal showdown? Did Jackie have a legitimate reason to demand compensation for the role she says she played in Doug's success? Or was the $300 million lawsuit simply too extreme to ever stand in court? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy breaking down celebrity legal drama and relationship stories like this, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next update. Because in the world of celebrity relationships, the next twist can happen at any moment.